future of sedimentology in coastal zones, of which tides are one of the major drivers for coastal zone morphology changes and sediment deposition, I think is to understand the interplay of tidal processes with the other processes that are occurring in that environmental setting. The more we study modern environments, the more we understand that there are very, very complicated interactions between the different processes.
But this transition cannot be done fast enough. So we should also look for sinks where we can sequester the excess of CO2 which we have in the environment. So one is to use ancient depleted reservoirs. But natural systems can also capture CO2, and transitional environment and lagoons in particular can have a great potential of sequestering CO2 because of their vegetation and if they are maintained in a healthy situation. And we had some presentations today talking about this in good detail.
Next step in tidal sedimentology, I think, would involve, if possible at all, and particularly with building up a community, is to look more systematically at the natural variability that occurs in tidal systems. Not just spatially on a surface, but also in 3D.
Well, I think as a community we are producing a huge amount of data. So the next big step will be about learning to communicate better on how to optimize such data production and how to make these data sets more homogeneous and usable by the rest of the community.
It's about time to start filling in all the options that may occur in these systems, both in 3D and in 4D, to explore that natural variability and then see what the products are and try to take those to other areas where we can actually make more certain interpretations of what we have in the subsurface, for example.
Just be happy on what you're doing and pursue your idea and researches as far as you can. And so the pathway, I believe and I hope, will come with the time.
Read, read, read.
Read and read and read as much as you possibly can. It's necessary to be very broad in your knowledge. The complexity of nature is such that to make advances, you can't be a specialist only in one narrow area.
Maintain in-depth knowledge in a particular subject, but the challenge is now growing because what is important for young scientists is to understand what is happening around their own discipline.
Well, I think my suggestion is to just go for it and don't be afraid to explore different research fields or different research ideas and just try to build your own resilience and not be scared about failure, which will just make you stronger.